Goals are an important part in staying motivated to strive for something you may normally never think is possible. Whether it's having a perfect 4.0 GPA, owning your own house, or running a marathon, being able to set a goal and create a plan to work towards it helps us grow as people and realize our true potential. But what happens when your goals get taken away? What then? I'm Dave. I worked in the fitness industry for over a decade as a personal trainer and later as a gym owner, helping thousands of people achieve their fitness goals. I love training. Having a goal and shooting towards it has pushed me to accomplish so much in life. From starting my own business to successfully selling that business, moving, changing career paths, and all throughout my life, I've also had fitness-related goals that I'm working towards. I've competed in powerlifting. I've competed in physique shows. I've now raced in numerous races from 5K up to ultra marathons. I try and never forget that you get one ride through life, one chance. So always strive to be the best version of yourself. That encompasses health and fitness, but goes further than that as well. Be the best spouse, be the best parent. Always keep learning and improving. And the best way I've found to do that is set seemingly unrealistic goals and go after them. I never want to be average, and frankly, I can't afford to let my health and fitness be average at my age. My wife and I had kids a little bit later in life. You see that little bit of gray hair here? See the shirt? Gray hairs and diapers don't often go together. Now I'm really proud of my son who's just about done with diapers, but my wife and I are just over a month out from welcoming our second son into the world. So I'm getting ready to dive deep into diapers once again. I want to be active with my children as they get older. I want to run races with them. I want to play sports with them. I want to lift weights and work out or support them really in whatever they want to do. I want to be able to dance at my son's weddings. Or how about not just dance, but be able to break dance? Now, I don't know how to break dance, but I reckon I've got plenty of time to learn if that becomes a goal. Now, the past couple of racing seasons, some of which I've documented on this channel, I set PRs in 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon, as well as ran my longest ultra marathon ever as part of a 100-mile relay team at Kettle Moraine. But all those goals and that external motivation all fell apart when I was training for a 5K about 9 months ago. I ramped up my speed work too fast and developed a proximal hamstring tendinopathy. Basically, I overloaded my upper hamstring tendon and it's never been the same since then. I was devastated as I had a clear roadmap as to what I wanted to do with racing. I had structured a lot of my life and workout times around my training, my planned races. It was going to be a big part of what I wanted to document on this channel. I wanted to head towards a qualifying marathon this past winter now and be able to qualify for Chicago for this fall and use that race to either achieve or build towards a Boston qualifying time and get to run multiple majors and run one of my dream races in the next 2 to 3 years. I had it all laid out, but it all fell apart. Now I trained through that injury and set that 5K PR I was after, but I knew I had injured myself and I had to deal with it. I tried toning down the volume afterwards. I tried completely resting for weeks. I tried physical therapy. I tried dry needling. I even tried experimental peptide treatments. Some things worked a bit and helped. Some things didn't help at all, but nothing's gotten me back to 100%. And then I did the absolute worst thing possible. I lost focus. I used my injury as an excuse. I stopped taking responsibility for my own training, thinking I just couldn't do it until my hamstring was better. I had no training goal, and without a goal, I lost motivation. I'd become reliant on my goals to give me motivation. And when motivation falls flat, which it almost always will, you need to be able to fall back on discipline to keep making progress. Now, you can watch my other videos on my channel, and you know what, please do watch other videos on my channel. But if you do, you'll see I'm still working out. I have enough discipline that working out is something I do as a daily habit. It's part of who I am. Whether I'm on the bike, whether I'm lifting, I'm stretching, maybe testing out my hammy with a kind of short run, probably slow. I always feel better when I exercise every day. But working out is just different than training. Working out to me means you move around a bit, you work up a sweat, and you call it a day. In a training program, you design workouts with a specific purpose of achieving something you currently are unable to do. So training pushes your limits. Workouts, just on their own, just don't do that for me. Now I know working out every day is a lot more than most people do, but I never want to be like most people. And maybe this sounds elitist, but comparing myself to an average person or even an average gym goer just to feel better about my lack of effort now makes me feel even worse. Excuses come so easily and it's a slippery slope. It's so easy to become comfortable with mediocrity, and I've been headed in that direction. But in my ocean of excuses, I realized something, and that has made all the difference for me. I didn't have the right perspective. I had gotten injured, and in that respect, I had failed. But failing is only really failing if you don't learn and try again. For example, when I was powerlifting, if I went to try a deadlift PR and couldn't get it, I didn't say, well, oh crap, I can't do it, I'll just try something else and just quit and give up. Failing the lift was a form of feedback that I wasn't strong enough. And the lift always fails at a certain point, and that also provides information and feedback. Right? If I missed a lockout, then great, that feedback means I need to work on strengthening my lower back and keeping it in a neutral position, strengthening my glutes and keep them firing hard throughout the entirety of the lift. So I keep training, strengthen the weak point in my body that prevented me from hitting my goal, and I'd fight and claw for that PR. So what I missed was that my hamstring injury is the same thing. It was my hamstring tendon giving me feedback that it wasn't strong enough and couldn't handle the load I put on it. I increased volume too quickly and didn't have the proper form, flexibility, and strength in the surrounding muscle groups to support it. But I didn't see any of that. I just saw I got injured, and that was the end of it. I tried everything to get better and nothing's fixed my injury. But trying things is not enough. I decided to become dedicated to getting myself better. I needed to take a step back and adjust and set a new goal. My goal is to get my hamstrings and lower body the healthiest they've ever been and take better care to prevent this type of injury from ever reoccurring. Is that as invigorating as chasing a marathon PR, crushing big lifts, or getting crazy pumps and looking great? No, it's not, and I'm not going to pretend it is. But it's the most important thing I could be doing right now to get myself back on track. I've lost so much training time, and I did it all while externalizing the blame of my injury like it was some boogeyman holding me down and stopping me. I've got to go after my health and injury prevention like it's my next ultra marathon. I need to be obsessed with getting better in that regard now. There is no other option, and there is no more time to waste. In my decade plus of experience being a gym owner, personal trainer, I've written hundreds of programs to properly strengthen my clients and coached thousands of members through down times and been their source of motivation. But as the old saying goes, you're your own worst client. I couldn't step back and see the forest for the trees. So take a step back and ask yourself, what do you need to dedicate yourself towards? Have you been giving yourself excuses to not work out, not eat right, not fully apply yourself in your profession, or be fully present with your family? Like I said earlier in the video, you get one chance to go through life. So decide to be your best in whatever you choose as your calling. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. So where's this all going? You want to get after each day with the idea of relentless forward progress. Work toward your goals, whatever they may be. And if that gets taken from you, then don't make the same mistakes that I did. Have the self-awareness to reevaluate your situation, shift your priorities if you have to, and create new goals to get you to that next step forward. If you're looking for a sign to make a change or looking for permission to take that next step, then this is it. So go and be your best and stay dedicated to continuously building a better version of yourself. You owe it to yourself. Now, if you know anyone who needs to hear this message, then please send it their way. And if this is what you needed to hear today, then hit that thumbs up, consider supporting me with a sub. Me, I've got a workout to hit with some completely boring hip bridges and glute raises, and I'm fired up to get after it. I've got a lot of time to make up for. I'll see y'all next time. I'm Dave, and this is Dave Does Fitness. Have an awesome day and stay fit.